Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hi, Margaret. Good morning to you, and welcome to everyone to this video. I know yesterday we talked about trust, surrender, let go, and healing. Last night I did the chart of someone here, and I see I haven't done a video on inner child healing. So maybe tomorrow we're going to talk about inner child. And I think that is important to look into this issue of inner child. Even though in some of the videos I spoke about the inner child thing. So I did a lot of videos on trust, surrender, let go. Now on this new level of trust is completely different. Surrender is different. Let go is different. It's much higher, much deeper, and also is a something that it's more deep in the roots. Kind of like rewriting everything you ever knew, everything that you knew from before. Kind of like a replacing information from what you know until now, what you begin to feel, you understand now in the present. So, welcome to the CF, Diana. Welcome, Inspirational Johnson. Thank you, thank you for being here. Hi, Christine. Lee, morning. Hey, John. Good morning. Thank you for all of you being here. So, when we're talking about trust, what is a trust, though? Trust is a firm belief, having a credit to, hope for something to happen, or having expectations. You probably learned that having expectations, it's kind of like doesn't work too well when you have expectations because you kind of like putting informations within the future, and you probably suffer from those expectations. But if you have expectations that you're going to be work on yourself, getting better, see the other side of the coin. Now you begin to put energy towards you and the future. Okay, not like energy out there for others. The hope, you believe that the hope that the person will change. You again put the energy towards that person. But now, when you put the hope that you are going to be okay, you're going to be taken care of by the divine, by the God, and everything, okay, now you look into this different trust from within yourself. Okay. Now, when you do the bolt, then the trust is even getting higher. Okay. Trust that that person, the divine, will taking care of them, and the trust that you're gonna be okay with all this because you have this blind trust from within that you trusting unseen forces that you see miracles within the 5D that you are. But now here in 7D, it is like even more better. You feel different energy. You trust those energies because they helping you to cope with life much better, much higher level. Uh, Marshall, thank you for being here. Yes, another day, in another video. Yeah. Credit to, you will give credit to these divine powers because they got you to this point. They got you to this point of evolution, of energy, and you're trusting on them that whatever is going to happen, what you need to learn, whatever is going to be, it will be. It is the blind faith, okay, that you're trusting on this because you know that now connecting with these powers, they've done a miracles within your life. miracles beyond human comprehension, because now you don't think as a human ego. Now you think as a an advanced illuminated soul, and your trust level within these divine powers is increasing higher, little different than before. You might feel awkward, you might feel sad when you do this because of letting it go of the old beliefs, the old systems, the old situations, the old energies, the old self that was, the old inner world that was from within. You may experiencing a deep energy of change, but you trusting for a better future. This is when the trust and let go, all right, they kind of like connecting to each other, okay? And when you have that trust from within you, you understand everything, you begin to understand that you have to let it go. But the ego wants to hold on to something, okay? The ego wants you to hold on, and you have to surrender this part of what the ego wants for your soul benefits within the inner world. And here is to surrender to the soul, because the soul understands that you have to let it go of things. Okay. So, what is a let go though? Allow someone or something free. Let, that means choose to react. You choosing to react of the trust. Go means leave, depart. Something that you have to, things, let it go. Something you have to do as a performance. Okay. Surrender. Surrender, it's if you breaking down the word, it's a sure and er, which is performing actions. Sure and something that you have to do for sure, that it's ending. And a lot of the people, they are ending, but they don't realize that when they surrender the current stage of evolution, because in the new stage that we are going through this evolution, we have to evolve again, and there is going to be something else we need to surrender. So those three things, they're all connected from within, that helps you in your soul evolution: your ability to trust, your capability of surrender, and your part of actions that you need to perform, let it go. And that all those three, they kind of like are going together, because if you don't trust in beginning the process, you're going to get stuck. If you don't surrender, guess what happens? You're still going to have the inner fight from within. If you don't let it go, this thing is still going to bug you, and now you're like, well, yeah, I have to do it. But you have to do all those three. During awakening long time ago, I learned this, and I had a lot of problems of surrender. This is why I put um, surrendering is for little girls. Ha 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 ha. Hi, Nick. Thank you for being here. Yeah, alchemy. There you go. Though, but surrender. I was a part of this non-domination church back in the States. It was this song of Hillsong that they performed in the stage, and I had a rough times. That was the rough times of what I feel within me about the marriage, and what I feel within my soul about the twin flame. That was a kind of like a breaking point of me. Like, I don't know what road to take. And during that song was this energy within me that I surrendered. That was the time when I surrendered there in that church. And my relationship with God is more important than anything else. And that was the moment when I kind of like felt this coldness from within her without she to understand what I was going through the process. I was calm, I was at peace, I was looking to stop this fight from within, that inner fights for. Later on, when the twin flame journey began, there was a people involved within the twin flame journey. There was a lot of people, a lot of people. It just was like, oof. Anyway, I learned there to forgive them because they didn't know what they were doing. But there was something in me there. It was like, I wanted the truth. You never got the truth. So I never forgive uh, that person. And it was very strong in me. Why I don't forgive? Why I didn't did this? Why I didn't? And looking at now in this new stage, that part of forgiveness. I even went spoke with priests a few days back, and I asked them, guys, what's the part of forgiveness? And they say, well, the person in order of forgiveness, it is about he needs to realize the wrongdoing. The realization of the wrongdoing is to change behaviors. Once the person changed the behaviors, he has to confess, and after the confession, it has to be uh, this part of a forgiveness, to ask for forgiveness. I'm like, why doesn't it work the other way? And there's like, it doesn't. Forgiveness will never work if you don't do all this. And I was like, okay, well, the people they didn't tell me the confession. They didn't tell me all this. So now I understood why I couldn't forgive. The divine doesn't allow me because the truth was missing. I was beginning to look and I was like, you know what? I'll trust the divine. I'll trust all this. Okay. I'll let the divine handles everything. All of a sudden they came in and like a very old flashback from the past. I was working here in Bulgaria at one local bar, and the girl who was coming in the morning counts all the alcohol and everything, and she screwed me up so few times with one bottle of alcohol so she can get the money from that bottle of alcohol, and they fired me for the wrong things because of her. A few years later, though, I met one of the coworkers, and she told me, you know what? They find out that this girl, she was doing these things, and they fire her. Just I want you to know. So sooner or later, you will find the truth about it, and then you are able to forgive. But to trust of the divine is there. You to trust the divine that sometimes, at some point in time, some maybe another life, maybe another situation, another things, you will learn the things so you can find your inner peace. But as that moment of not knowing the truth, you need to trust the divine that you have to let go of this situation. Let go to be solved at some point of time in the future. Okay, understanding that that's what this is. It is what it is. Okay. Um, Surrender to the divine. That is something a lot of the people have a hard time to it because you surrender your will, your free will. You surrender your things that happens in life to something you can't really touch, but you understand and you are part of it. The blind faith within the divine is really empowered in the surrender, because you surrender your human behaviors with the divine behaviors. That's what you gain after you surrender. And you let go of these human behaviors, even though they still gonna be within you. They are within your core beliefs. They are within your inner core as a human, because you have a human experience as a soul. And when you have a human experience as a soul, you're still acting as a human. Some people expect certain actions or reactions from you, but guess what? You have to leave these portions from within. So, yeah. Sufism mentions twin soul, the path of Fana. I have to look to this, John. Haven't studied too much the Sufism to tell you, be honest with this. Find out that I knew something about the Sufism before I even discovered it about it, or knew something about Stoicism before I even knew about it. You need to know that when you surrender to the divine, certain informations that will be within you that they need from within you. Divine will put those inner knowing from within. Last night I was talking to someone and I told her, like, look from within. You have all the knowledge of the universe that it's out there. All you have to do is ask yourself the question. As soon as you have this, the questions, the answers are coming up. They are popping up. They're coming up from within you. So yeah, I will look into that, John, about the twin flames. If you have a link, if you study some material, I would love to take a look at it. Or also, even the best thing is if you have a link, why just not post it here in the chat and the video, so that way people can have it for the future reference. Because everything that we do now, it's going to be needed in the future, and that future is coming up. We talked about yesterday about this evolution that comes in. We did the evolution. We awaken the masses. The twin flame comes in as a relationship that now we have to replace the template for the marriage. Twin flame dynamic, it's replacing the standard for the marriage. Okay, and we have the other side of that twin flame dynamic, that toxic relationships that's coming up. I mean, it's been showing up into the world. So that why when we going into this new process, okay, we to be able to clear that out. A lot of the twin flames, they went through hell to get through this. And everyone who share their personal experience out there as a twin flames, specifically twin flame coaches, or I mean, I'm gotta be thankful to a lot of people. I mean, Lindy Cowling, the beginning, um, twin flame Gold Ray. I mean, he passed away. Uh, twin flame healers, Marla Kelly. I need to give it a to Infinity, which is they're out of Canada. Um, you need to understand this is the people who crossed off your fear. Fear, it's the most dangerous power you can have from within. It is the one of this thing that will really drags you down. Okay, and the lowest vibrations is that guilt deep within the core, within the soul. That is it of things you did. So let me look at the questions. and we'll go and we'll talk about it about healing in soul. Healing in soul is done by the divine, through the spirit from within you, sends energies to repair the soul, the damage, if there was any damage that was done. You need to understand that the soul from within is the gift of God, and He always have connections with you through that. Through the spirit in you, then that is the Holy Spirit, and that is God. So there is always a connection. You can't disconnect from that. That is not. That's how universe is originated, and you need to understand that there is healing within. The question is are you trust, surrender, and let it go to God to heal you? Um, Wherever the damage might be, people can damage your heart. They can break your heart. They can break your emotions. They can break you down. But allowing the divine that comes in and heals, that is a you to really trust it into the divine. They know what they're doing. Some of you cross this new pattern during this new stage because you were healed from something in the past. So, yeah, the Sufi part of Fana in the twin flame journey. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. I will look into uh, and you can be away from your twin for long and you will not function properly when out of balance. Marshall, if you're with the divine gives different balance and soul. And I'll tell you why. Because during this illumination process, you will understand your twin flame problems are their problems. Don't take them as yours because you are there to support them to solve the problems, to unfold those problems, to push the things to come out as the truth. But you cannot do the job for them. Okay? You can't. But you have to have a trust within the divine that they're going to do the right things for you. When you finally let it go of the twin flame, you understand you let it go of the obsession because that was obsession. Okay? Because you constantly are obsessed with this person. You're constantly thinking about this person. What are they doing? What's going on with them? What it is within their life? It is all about, but I need my twin. I have to be with my twin. I must be with my twin. That love, that's codependency. When you let it go, the final let it go is you getting off this codependency. Then you understand the codependency is toxic. Because when you look at it, the toxic relationship, you understand that, whoa, now I have to see the other side of the coin. The explosion of the toxic relationships comes in through this. So you can have a clear mental picture from within what twin flames is. All right. That is a two souls who coming together to create the creation and don't create any more karma. All right. They have a cause. The cause within them is the love and the soul. And the effect is they create something, creation, and God's creation. If you take taking out of the otherwise, then there is things that they don't recognize. What do they have in their inner world? If you put your twin flame in the throne when it's supposed to be the universe or God, guess what? You put God second, and guess what? Your twin flame journey drives you crazy like you're going nuts. But when you put the divine out first in there, and your twin flame doesn't want to cooperate, the source like, hey, send them to me. I work with them. And however the divine wants to work with this person, that's none of your business. That is a personal relationship with God. And by you understanding this, you heal yourself. You heal this part from within you. Now, when you move here, you understand it's like, well, God removes them for a reason. So I can be on this stage where I am. I can show these vibrations. Now, when you vibrate in these vibrations, guess who's picking up those vibrations? They pick them up. They're learning from you. Okay? Through the divine, though, not through you, through the divine. If they have connections with divine, they learn them through it. And you will feel this. Okay? So let me look at what's going on in the chat. Thank you for the love, guys. By the way, thank you for the love. It's beautiful. It's energy of peace and love. That universe, peaceful energy is incredible. Help us to trust the universe. Help us to surrender to the universe. Help us to let it go of what weight us down. Wow, a lot of chat, a lot of chat, a lot of chat. Okay. Hi, Josh. And okay. Inspiration by video towards logging. Geo, white flag. Surrender. Yeah. I lost connection with this video. Missed out on what Geo experienced. The path of fauna. Forgiveness, necessary aspect of repentance, acceptance, and surrender. Yes, there was a one quote here. If you don't know how to forgive, you will burn the bridge that you have to walk into. I asked the divine, what is all that? There is something different meaning from within forgiveness because it's connecting with karma. I'm like, okay, what is that all about? So here is if someone has a cause and they create an effect and it has a hidden meanings, now there is a new issue and they create karma. And karma and forgiveness are connected to each other. I was like, okay, what I need to know all about this. Creating karma and not forgive is the energy that will keep the memory of these actions. That's what this is. And when the time comes in, the memories and the action will clean the karma. I was like, damn, that's deep. It is deep. So there is a lot of things that we don't know within the divine. A lot of things we don't know. I mean, we really don't know. Okay. I never let go of anything in my opinion in regards to my twin flame. We'll still talk and we're friends. If you want a new truck, you need to have to work for it until you have it, in my opinion. I let it go of the whole journey. I live the journey within the divine. And especially now when you block in future energy from within. Because not letting it go can create some issues from within. Rumi was actually twin flame. Yes, he was. Why I don't have fire in heart? Fire in heart. You will understand that the fire in heart can come down a little bit because you have the fire in soul from within. I was making that joke, and I will bring you that joke. So here is the mind and the heart that we're talking. And the mind said, we have to go that way. And the heart said to the mind, listen, every time I'm listening to you, I'm the one who's suffering. And the mind, come on, shut up. I'll lead the way. And the heart, no, no, I don't want to be a broken again. So the soul listened to them and tell them, listen, could you two shut up and I will give you the map. So I think that's a pretty good one. And there to teach you the thing that sometimes things in your heart can be different than the things within the soul. It's important to have a fire in your heart. Yes, it is. Uh, but if that leads you to pour out the fire in the soul, so you can have a fire in the heart, that's different. So some people, especially some of the runners, we spoke about this last night. Some of the runners, they put their fire out in the soul because of kids, because of family, because of social status, because of money, because of things. And later on, they're like, I lost something. I'm missing something, something deep from within me. What did I miss? Well, they missed the fire, the life within the soul. And when the runner understands what they miss, they will come back. But until then, that's their process of evaluation. Thanks. Not yours. Okay? That is the part of their own illumination. But you need to go higher for yourself. It's your journey as well. Um, I hope that answered Christina's question. Uh, you look great in yellow. Yellow, yellow, mellow, jello. Yes, I am. Thank you. Uh, this video has problems keeping again. Anybody else? That could be the transmission from the internet because it's going live, and I think know why. I was on a Facebook at the same time. That takes from the traffic of the internet. I hate the people what they decide in the past 7, 8. Hate kind of like a big word, but technically speaking, as a technician, that when you connect on the internet, there is like a 20, 30 websites are connecting to you. 7, 8 years ago, that wasn't a problem. Now that is a problem. They monitoring your network activity, so they will know your opinions, what you search for, what you say, what do you do, so they will know and report this reports to a certain company who's buying that data, your data, from your computer with your internet connections that you're paying money, and they make tons of money on that. And when you are at the same time on a Facebook and YouTube, you probably have a 60 of those, and some of them are repeated, and they slowing down your internet traffic. Now, because you have on a phone and everyone wants to know what do you do on your phone, they had to bump up the internet traffic. And in order to bump up the internet traffic, they introduced the 5G because it was required more speed. Here's your truth. And that's why sometimes I get my phone and I shut the thing off. So I hope that there won't be a problems anymore. Uh, the separation is needed, part of the journey, the time to go deep inside. Exactly. Going deep from within inside will help you to heal. Once you heal yourself, you will be able to heal others. And while the only test you're really going to be is when you heal others with what damage you. There's gonna be a someone who's gonna come to you. It's gonna be like, I have this issue, I have this problem, I have this situation, and you are going to tell them, listen, this is what I did, that's what happened, and that's what helped me heal. You have the same system as a people who's gonna ask you, for example, hey, my car doesn't start, and you go ahead and tell them, well, replace your battery. This is what I did. That's what happens. It's the same thing, but now you can use this over and another higher level of evolving from within. So, John, that right there is right on track. Marshall, 3 years on the twin flame journey. Maria, our souls are communication center to our personal God source. Exactly. That's what the source. We're heading back to the source. If we cannot solve the problem, guess who can solve the problem? If we cannot open the door, somebody, God knows how to open doors. God is the key master. But in order to use the key, you have to be having the vibrations of that key. That's what the gift is. Your divine gift is the soul. The soul is your key from within. Hi, CJ. Once I trusted the great creator, surrender your focus obsession. Exactly. Once you heal the obsession, you begin to understand that your obsessions, they were toxic to yourself. They suppress you to evolve. They suppress you to heal certain parts of you. They suppressed your soul evolution, but also they suppress you to show you how bad your ego is, even your spiritual ego. Your spiritual ego is that part of the ego that comes from within on each dimensions that you want the things your way. You don't surrender to your destiny. You don't trust the divine. You don't let it go. You want to be your way. And in the spiritual ego is like, well, what they are my twin. They have to do this. They have to do that. They must be. You let God. They know what it needs to be, what it must be, what they need to do. Not you. You need to surrender this part of what God has to do with your twin. That's toxic. Here, you definitely don't want to do it. Here, and this new energies that comes in, you're like, I already learned that lesson. I don't need to go down with this because I'm stealing energy of me, giving it to the twin who they don't even want to know about me right now. I need to focus on me and God and evolve. I need to go up. Okay, whereas I am. Is the video experience improved, guys? Let me know. Uh, Queen Master, watch Twin Flames share year-to-date videos on the subject. What they experience exactly. Hi, Crystalline. Thanks for being here. Definitely your internet 100. I have a very good internet connection, but the internet connection and the way they feed internet, it's two different speeds. I can go to the provider and I can have um, pretty good connection, uh, but the feeding of actual internet is slow. So if you're measuring your internet connection with your provider, it's going to be perfect. But actual feed of the internet traffic, it's slower. Um, Okay. Uh, what the point going back to the twin flames if triggers keep happening? Better finish your journey on your own, coming to unconditional than if you're with them or not. It won't really matter. Yeah, it won't really matter at some point, unless the journey that God wants you to create something together, to understand the creation. A lot of the twin flames won't be together simply because many will enter, only few will go through the gate. That it's connecting to the part of inner work. Because if they understand deep from within the cause and effect and the karma and the laws of karma, of cause and effect, they will understand it's time to stop creating karma, start resolving karma and creating something new that were meant for it. So that's what this is. But if you work on yourself and you cannot be with your twin flame, guess what? You're preparing for your next life. Now you're doing double the work. Okay. You evolve as a twin flame now here. And now by you doing your job as a twin flame, you raise the vibrations, you raise the vibes. And when you become illumination, you helped the illumination state of the humanity to rise. That is the new path, is the illumination. That is the new illumination state we are going in. Very good point, John. Um, trigger what it's unhealed within ourselves. It's part of healing portion of the journey. Exactly. We got these triggers. And within triggers, we look at what we need to trust, what we need to surrender, and what we need to let go. And as soon as we do that, we're getting healing energy and we'll feel better for ourselves. Now we're getting the gift, a new higher vibration. Have you ever paid on attention that anytime you trust, surrender, and let go, you get in a gift of new vibes and you feel more free, more loving, and your energies increase? Every time there was a disaster in you and you learn your lesson and you let it go of things, you get in a gift from the divine. You need to understand that the divine understands the equal give and take. Okay, you give into the divine, they give back. A lot of the twin flames, though, they don't have a equal give and take. That's what they're not together, because the one uh, has the cause and works for the effect, but the other takes from the effect for their own cause, and now they creating a different effect, and they're creating a new karma, or maybe the both they doing this. That's what the whole situation is there. They ask me why the many of the twin flames are not together. Well, that's the reason why they're not together. They're not both focused of creating the combined thing, the effect. They're focused on something else. Another astrologer had said that whatever we learned, we can only bring 50% of that knowledge with us in next incarnation. What do you think, dear? Not really. Mm-mm. You take with you your experiences and your everything you have in life from within you. What you might not take with you, that's the informations that you upgrade, replace. That is the information that you begin to let go of it because you don't need it. That process might be. It's what he's talking about this 50%. You can't remember, specific things for all your life. simply because some of the things doesn't really matter. They just are like the spring wants to come down into the river, and you're trying to stop the spring. It comes in, but just keep on going. Okay, but when the spring comes in, keep touching some stones, some things within the spring. Maybe it's passing into a grass and takes some mud with it or something and goes into the river. Okay, that's how we are. We are connecting from ourselves. We become that spring, and we are touching into the universe energies. We are touching into these energies there from within. I do this on my own. Don't need twin flame narcissist in my life to triggers me. Um, yeah, the narcissist things that comes in and everybody's talking. I'm like, um, I mean, I kind of like past 10 months, maybe. This part of narcissism, of toxic relationships, and so on. I mean, I have not pretty much seen any of the speakers out there uh, that they don't know the word narcissism. Let me give you a little heads up. In the illumination state, all right, there is a part you will understand how to heal narcissism. Certain portion was revealed to me, and I spoke with someone and I explained them what they need to do. They've done it, and I had the feedback. It's like, thank you so much. Even my psychologist doesn't understand me, but it's not the time to be revealed yet because it requires some more information, more proper things with psychiatrists and psychologists in order this to be proven as a healing. Okay, so if there is a cause, there is a problem, there is always a solution for the problem. The question is that the ego can find all the reasons and all the things about not healing it. However, the soul knows how to heal everything as long as it shuts off the mind. And with the help of the divine, you can heal things. Okay? But we'll talk about this some other time. No, it's not the time yet. We have to do some certain things, certain energies, they have to be ready for people to accept the information. It's not easy to know the tomorrow's newspaper. And sometimes that's what this is. Mhm. What about John 3:16 in the Bible, Dio? Uh, you're talking about 3:16 or 4:16? Is that about that when Jesus leaves and um, puts the Holy Spirit in charge, the advocate? Is that what you're talking about, John? Uh, another, okay. Um, Alchemy of balance, his beloved was the divine. Exactly. Nick, yeah. Rumi understood down the road that his lover was the divine. Yep. I don't have soul connections with him, only heart, but I have other connections. Josh, a narcissist is an inverted victim mentality. Josh, the narcissist, is made by a narcissist who was made by another narcissist. Once the narcissists understand who makes them, usually that is someone with in a close proximity relationship. This could be parents most of the time. This could be a friend from childhood. This could be a someone within teenage years, someone that keep programming you and manipulate you until they turn you to their tool. So that's what this is. Once the narcissists understand that someone stole their life and happiness from them, they're looking from within. And when they look from within, they find the light of the soul. The light of the soul helps them to figure out that everything that the narcissists want, need as supply is actually the life they always wanted from within. Only thing is, somebody put him in the cage and told him you have to be that cage. Otherwise, you won't be cool in life. Otherwise, you won't be doing like this. You won't succeed in life. You won't da 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 da, all the manipulations. But to label someone narcissist, okay? There is a video about Professor Vikram, I believe was. He said like this: you can't just go as a psychiatrist or psychologist and label someone narcissist. In order to give a diagnosis for a narcissist, you have to look at it generations thereafter them, how they react, them self and the generations before them, the family dynamics, the family relationships, and you have to look for the path of give and take. What happened with them? Did they take more? Who made them? How they were made? Who was the primary? Where that came from? Where all that started? And 10, you can do things. We're talking about, he said there is probably within a 2 or 3 generations, you can look and find the traits from within. So, for example, if that was a someone who is a grandparent, now you're gonna look within one family and narcissistic traits from within even extended family of in your bloodline. I'm not talking about the extended family that you get married to. Talking about the extended family of uncles and aunts and cousins and second cousins and so on and so on. If you want to find the primary source, that's what he said. Just you have to look at the bloodlines, and yeah, and usually that it's connecting with something they experiencing humongous pain. Someone broke their spirit, their soul from within, with their ego-based control energy. They forced their will over the personality. That's why the narcissism, it's personality disorder, also known as NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, because it's disorienting the person. Okay, so be careful of someone. Someone can have a narcissistic traits. It's completely different because of society, friends, maybe their surrounding, maybe they were a victim of narcissistic relationships. And when they're victim of narcissistic relationship, they become what they were because they want to hurt you, they want to damage you, the way that that anger from within, the relationship that they had from before, is they want to damage you. So don't, don't, I say, don't put that label unless you feel the things they are like that. Um, um, yes, even the narcissist, a victim of narcissism. Yes, that's true. Strange paradox. That's how it goes. As we passing the vibrations of higher vibrations of light is the same way they passing the vibrations within the darkness. For but sooner or later, there's going to be something within the bloodline that will break this. Or if it continues for it, there's going to be leading to a lot of inherited problems from within. There's going to be some kind of like a sickness that's going to be passed within the bloodline, and there is nothing you can do there. John, the twins don't have the full-blown narcissistic. They can just have a lot of the quality of what they have seen. Yeah, exactly. Some of the twins, they have to, if they have these toxic behaviors, they go out to fix them. You will separate from this. For example, if they don't understand intimacy, they learn the intimacy. They don't understand what breadcrumbing is, they will understand what breadcrumbing is. If they been done of manipulations, they will look from within the manipulations. Okay, but that's not you who tell them that. Um, that's what they're going to see through the path of truth. Every person who sees the truth from within, they became healed. Okay, but if the person doesn't want to see that, they will never be healed. And that's what the most of the psychiatrists and psychologists, they said, like, the narcissist comes in and they understand they need therapy, but they don't understand what they need to do. They come, we work with them, but they just bolt out. Why? The reason is that nobody's explaining within them what happened really to them, because it's lack of truth, lack of clarity, lack of fully understanding within the soul. Most of the psychologists, they don't include the soul as a tool. They don't. And that's what this is. Uh, Man, we turned that video to a trust, surrender, and let go to the narcissist. Come on, guys. Let's shift a little bit the energy. Now talk about his toxic things. We'll talk about this down the road. But if your twin flame has this toxic traits, you have to let him go. The healing part of narcissistic and toxic traits is let him go. Maybe they will figure it out, that you begin to figure it out that they have a toxic trait and they are used manipulations. They will be the first one to discard you. They will discard you because you know the truth and they fear the truth. Okay, they will discard you. That is the one pretty sure sign of toxic traits in there. But you have to trust and surrender them to the divine. Let the divine handle them, not you, because they will may look for action or reaction from you for whatever reason. That's why with these things says no contacts, and that's what some of the twin flames, they don't have contacts for a long time. They fixing the issues. Yes, exactly, Lisa. Let go and let God take care of it. Um, oh, wow. May the force be with you. Walk into the house. Hi, Ray. Thanks for being here. That's okay. Better to be late than never show up. Okay. Here it's not like we hold you accountable. All right. You are not punching and not punching out here. Here we are working together to increase vibrations, to illuminate the world of things that the world doesn't want to see. The world doesn't want to talk about it. The world doesn't want to see about it. Here we're helping each other to bring the truth more and more on the surface. And I want to say thank you for everyone being here. Hi, Chrissy. Thank you for being here. Um, okay. Now, any questions on trust, surrender, and let go, guys, or healing within soul? I would love to answer all of those questions. There is a quite a, like 3 videos that are important in the channel. Uh, there is a trust and surrender and let it go. That kind of like made it from like within 2 3 days, I think was. And there you will find the things why you need to really let it go of your twin, because your twin, it's like if they want to come with you on a journey that brings you down to the mud that they stay. Now you understand this, but you show them the road that they can get up out of the mud. You maybe told them the way they have to step up, how to build their business, or how to build their life. You tell them all that stuff somehow, some way onto it. So yes, and I'm looking for your questions, guys. Very good videos, Dio. Encouraged to all watch. Really helpful. Yes, they're helpful. Where is our coffee time? I haven't made a coffee. I actually last night the energies they were so strong. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a lot of love energy from divine. Couldn't hold on to. I stay up till like 6 o'clock. Even went out, bought a breakfast, and about 6 o'clock I woke up at 10:30. I was late. I was having headaches because of all my timeline was all messed up. And I'm like, what's going on now? And Divine told me like, take it easy. We're doing changes. Okay. Trust, surrender, let it go. You do it. You practice it all the time. So I got along with it. I had a phone call from India, and I spoke with another person here for about 2 hours, discussing their progress within work, and we talk about divine stuff. And after that, I went out for a coffee, came back home, and here is I'm here now. So, in addition to identifying narcissists, twin flame also have to be the one look out for the occult and witchcraft and occult when they seem to be bound together. Uh, yes and no. It all depends of a lot of the things. You need to understand that the illumination state, somehow the magic doesn't work, actually backfires. And if you have your twin kind of like works with magic or manipulations or things, it's gonna get backfire on them. After you cross into 7D, that's it. You cross that gate of illumination. The divine keeps you there. You have a divine guardian there. That energy doesn't come. It's not allowed it because it doesn't have the frequency to engage. You got to be aware of this. You need to understand this. You might hear a lot of magic or so or things. You need to understand magic. That could be either it's like I will do this and he's going to do that. That is a manipulation. Manipulation is a sort of magic. You creating something in order to gain something without truth, without you work for it or something. Yeah, there was a lot of that experience that I don't think it doesn't occupies my mind because when you did all three about your twin flame, you can't just do the one. Let me tell you, you can't just trust, you can't let it go, you can't just surrender. You have to really do it. Surrender is for sure ending. Okay, you're not ending the love in the soul. You ending the problems. You don't take their problems in you. You don't take their uh, issues, that their lifestyle or anything. No, you wanted to be apart with this so you can be with them. Okay, just so you can be with them because you want to know that love. No, now you will understand it. When you let them go, you waiting for the divine to have the cause and effect of creation, not all the other things. Creating something. All right. To become a true twin flame, you need the truth from within. They're not truth, they cannot become the true twin flame. That's what the a lot of the twin flames are not together. That's what you have a lot of false twin flames. That's why you're getting through this. Because people have not learned to be truth. They hide things. They manipulate things. That's what this world suffers. But when you illuminate yourself, you're like, go deal with your crap. Here, God, here's your baby, taking care of her. I trust you. I have faith in you. I surrender to my will to tell him what to do. I let it go to you so you God can take care of them. You can love them. You can teach them wherever you want to have for them. That is you. You, God. I have blind faith in you. And sometimes this thing could be very hard. Yeah, that will cross in your mind. Oh, what are they doing? What is goes on? What this? Or if you haven't let it go, you will know. You will go, you will kind of like wondering what they're doing. You might text them, or you can kind of like spy on them and all this um, kind of like codependency obsession of what did they do and thinking that and oh, spying their life or whatever. If you will know if sometimes you need to check things on, well, it will told you by the divine, but not you every day checking their profile or checking things out or looking at all this and blah blah. That is obsession. That's not healthy. That's what then are with you because obsession. You have the obsession from within you as a twin flame. Uh, boy, you gotta do a lot of work. Some of the people who are obsessed with the twin flames journey, I mean, I see them. I know. but they're obsessed. They want every information they can get their hands on so they can manipulate the journey within Twin Flame. Ooh. Brr. Yeah. All right. 20 TF, you should have sleep once meeting the TF. Yes. Energetically, you will have issues with sleep because sometimes this energy within the brain, visions or something, it will be really, especially between the hours of 3 till 6, because the mind begins to follow deepened sleep after 2 a.m. Then the egos follow sleep and the soul begins to work. That's what it's probably the most of the time when you're dreaming. In practice, you're beginning to dream. You fall asleep, you don't remember things, but then all of a sudden you begin to dream and you wake up within the dream. And yeah, it's talking about a lot of interruptions within. That could be even daily interruption. I mean, here happened something to me like 4 weeks, 5 weeks ago. Some kind of song was keep popping up in my mind. Like even my friend who is also twin flame and roommate, and he's like, "Man, I had a song stuck in my head, but dude, this is ridiculous." I'm like, I have no idea, man. I never happened this to me that deep as well, and like still have an issue with that song. But yeah, they could be interrupting patterns right now. Some of the interrupting patterns that could be coming in because you have a now. Let me put it this way: you can vibrate from, let's say, from 0 to uh, probably um, 100 gigahertz within your brain, but your twin flame can vibrate up to a 50. Since you can vibrate from 0 to 100, you understand all the frequency from 100 to 0, including your twin flame. And when they emitting something, you feel that towards you because they dial you on the cell phone. You're receiving that phone call. You're receiving the information during the sleep, and that can really interrupting the parents. For CF, many beautiful souls here. Yes, we're doing a very good job of coming together as a group. I think that the group is going to increase over the time. So yeah, but thank you for everyone that you're here and put that energy. CJ, yes, that's what happened to me. It's been 3 years, so literally haven't cared about 2 months ago. Uh, Marla and the Tarot Reader want to particular show up to my YouTube feed. I see how I healed now. Yes, Marla is pretty good. Marla. Yep. Last night I don't slept too. Build for screen on computer. Yeah, I put that screen because first of all, it's incredible. I like it because it has the wheel of life, the both two energies. It's got the astrology signs and the clock, and also representing of uh, the Holy Spirit and the universe from within and the angels and everything. That screen. Um, CF, I have a question. Scroll up to at 9:08. I probably missed something. 1 second. CJ, CF, I'm sorry. Here is the screen. There I got. Here is the death. Here is the Holy Spirit that's changed you and rebirths you into an angel. Look at it here. This is the 12 zodiac signs. Okay. And if you look from within, it's actually backwards of what the presentation is supposed to be. Because they beginning, this way, and they're supposed to be that way. Whoever made that wasn't the right time. But it has a lot of symbolics from within. I like them because it has the stars here within the universe, those dots. And the universe is also here, represents the stars. So I really like it. And it's got a lot of life from within. All right, let's see. CF, let's see what. Yes. Let's see. Oh, there he is. I hope that's what this is. CF, when we are in healing and do our shadow work, do we give our twin a boost within their inner work, the mirror, focusing on ourselves, not the twin? By we doing the inner work with our actions, we give them an example. But throughout the mirroring neurons, we can help them with the inner talk between the souls. They can see what we did. We can transfer the information. You can tell them things, but don't manipulate them there. You using the mirroring neurons for manipulations, it's not going to lead you to a very good position. You will lose the connection. Divine doesn't allow this beautiful connection to be used for manipulations or arguments. It's been given it to you to solve issues, not to create more. So be mindful about this. Yes, focus on yourself, not the twin. That's what it's pretty good. But during the mirroring process, if you've done your job, they will see that you've done a healing job. And when they see you've done a healing job, for that can give them the courage to find from within that if you did it, they can do it as well. But all leads to their fight from within. You need to understand the runner, the biggest problem with the runner is their inner fight between the ego and the soul from within. The fear of what they're going to lose in order what to gain. And if their mind and their ego are more powerful than the power of the soul, they will choose the material world. They will choose to stay away from you. They will choose not to be with you. They will create things not to be with you. They will give you all the excuses not to be with you. But all they're going to end up with is guilt within the soul. And that very really, the guilt in the soul begins to kind of like very talking to them. Because when they shut up the soul, you can't shut up the soul. You can zip up the soul to a certain point until like the soul is going to begin to roar, scream at you. And then there's going to be some bad consequences. And now you wonder what happens. And the soul is going to begin to scream. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about this. So I believe that's what's your questions here, CF. Let me know if that's what it was. Uh, wow, hit the nail of the head. uh, can I explain false twin flames? So, false twin flames. There's a lot I've been talking about the false twin flames. So, for example, I'll give you a personal example. Okay, I had a lot of connections that I went through. If you've been following for the past 6, 7 years, you know what's going on. If you are destined to explain twin flames and the person is not with you, the universe creates another person that comes in their place so you can learn what you need to learn. Just say the things that you need to say, the things that you need to experience. It's not only happened to me, it happens to a lot of people. Some of people, they talk about it. Some people don't talk about it. Again, truth is truth. Okay? So if you have the blind faith within the divine, you will know what I'm talking about. This could be a soulmates that comes into you within the form of twin flames. But those could be a people that the universe said, I will connect you as a twin flame dynamic. See if you guys can be able to do the job. This is like at work. They need to put a brainstorming group that wants to progress. What do they do at work? They put people in a one room to brainstorming. And that's what this is, the brainstorming. Most of the time, if you are in a false twin flame journey, you learn something, they learn something. You brainstorming things. Okay. But that is controlled by the divine. I stated that a long time ago. Okay. You need to understand that divine looks for the truth to become a true twin flame. Because twin flame, it'll become the new core value of family relationship. That it's your illumination state about twin flames now. It will replace, wherever they knew in the past 2000 years about marriage is going to be wiped out and is going to be replaced as a twin flame dynamic. Okay? Period. That's why people want to have that twin flame. That's why people look for that twin flame. But what did they discover? Toxic relationships. So now, beginning of this new age of Aquarius that we're going into, we need to cut off of these toxic things, rebel, change, create evolution with revolution from within. But it's based on what? You change yourself. That's what the problem is right here. You're gonna have to learn to stop changing others, change yourself. But the twin flame dynamics will come up all the time. It's gonna be increased. It's irreversible process. Irreversible process. This dynamic will be coming up. So that's where we increase this vibes. Maybe I think like 30-35% of the population know what twin flames is. Now they know. Some of them they have this awakening. Some of them awakening even now. Every day it's like who knows, maybe thousands of people get ignited in the twin flame dynamic. Yeah. Before, 3, 4, 5, nobody's talking about, nobody knows nothing about. Now, it's like crazy. Everything begins to pop out, informations about twin flames and so on and so on. So twin flame, false twin flame, it's someone who comes in to help you, someone who comes in to work with you, someone who helps you to be truth. You don't become the truth, then it is. I stated a long time ago that we are all part of oneness. We are all one. But that illumination, Marshall, and to put it within you together, some of the people don't get it. Some of the people still think that they have only one twin flame. You have one person who's going to be true within the divine within you, and it's going to be true as the way you are. And divine is going to hook up the things. That's why when you vibrate at certain vibration, that person comes. And then it puts you to the journey, put the bubble off, put everything, put the stages of twin flame, that love within the incubator. It's like that bubble love that goes in and burns within your heart, and you're like all these vibes, and it's like, I can't think about nothing else. I can't think about no other information. You turn around, you communicate with them, maybe through phone, through cameras, to even driving a car, and you're all the time about them. That energy is there to build up. That is the time to do it. And then, guess what? That energy, poof, you're coming together. And now you get into the truth. And guess what? Over the time, you figure out the truth. Certain things comes up. Now there is separation. Now you're working out your issues, and then comes in illumination. Okay? And then the divine says, okay, now you're good. Now you're great. But if you cannot achieve this, the divine brings other people to achieve it. That's what this happens. Oh, do you I don't want to lose? I will miss you guys till tomorrow. Bye. Have a good one. All right, it's been an hour and a half. I'm gonna lead up my cigarette. I hope you guys like it today's video. If you guys have some any more questions, let's discuss it. Let's do the things, and let's thinking about tomorrow. I propose tomorrow to be a healing the inner child from within, but also heal the spiritual inner child. Let me know what are you guys thinking about to be. Did I answer all the questions through the chat, guys? Did I miss something? Let me know. This is a called Karelia Blue. They are slim cigarettes, very slim. They're not like average cigarettes. They are very slim, almost like very tiny. Mm, I need to do a deep dive into my inner child. We all do. We all have to go back in there from point of time. The more we are evolve as a people, the more we'll grow that inner child from within. There is a something unique for a lot of the people ask why that certain individuals are more successful in life. They begin to do a study. What did they find out though? Is that the person who are very successful in life, they are matured in young age. They have to be adult, responsible and accountable adults in young age. So if you weren't evolve and responsible at a young age, that will show up in your adult life. And that's why one of the things with inner child is that to evolve from within. Yes, they look like American Virgin Slims. They're little more thicker. I know what you're talking about, Chrissy, but they're little, just a little bit thick, just a little bit. They're not that tiny. Imagine this is something between Virginia Slims and a regular cigarette, something in between. We need more work on purpose on the merging and ascension process. Marshall, I agree on that too. Merging, okay, unification has its own purpose. That is a creation for what God made you. But before you merge, you have to be illuminated that you are servant to God in love. You have to become the 100% truth, 100% love, 100% dignity, 100% to give everything you got, everything you got to that cause. Most of the people won't do it. And only the illumination from within the soul is going to help them. Most people won't even to become 100% truth to themselves. We're not talking about 100% truth from within divine or 100% truth within love. We're not talking about dignity and devotion to God. Sacrifice. You have to sacrifice everything in your life to become the twin flame you are meant to be. That's a powerful stuff. But guess what? It will worth it for generations after. You have this power in you, given to you. I said long time ago, I made that quote during my awakening that the divine powers are given to those who are able to have them. You got them because you're worth it to have them. And that's what you need to eliminate from within yourself about your divine powers. Uh, Ray, I would love a chat for us to share experience with occur around TS, electrical faults, sensations, automatic writing, download signs. Uh, that is a more in general questions, right? Yeah, we can devote one day of this. Um, oh yeah, that Smellican sense of yeah. By the way, the Smellican sense can happen when you're in a high spiritual vibes. I will tell you the very first time in my life I sensed that. It was like yesterday, but that was probably like 30 some years ago. So I was reading Shogun of James Clavell. Big, thick book about that big. Okay. And uh, there were talking about in there preparing food and the rice and explain how the rice was. All of a sudden, I had the smell of their rice, smell of what they were explaining. I was like, I'm smelling it, and nobody cooks rice. The room is closed. I went to the kitchen to check out if my brother was cooking rice and anybody or smells in rice. No, it wasn't. I was like, what the heck was that? That's what this is. You can smell certain things because of the vibes they are. Uh, Chrissy B. Okay. Video is not made for kids, so I can permit your message. Next time, just don't use the word sex, but use intimacy, just so we can be from within. Some people in the twin flames, they may have not experiencing sex, or I will say intimacy. If your twin flame doesn't vibrate in the intimacy vibration, they will feel very strange because you bring higher level vibrations from within them. They may also have a fear of intimacy, of this thing that they always wanted, but due to the past experience, they maybe have fear experience. They don't know how to act or react on it. Chrissy B, no, don't apologize. You are yourself. No, here are the apologies. You know that if you feel like you did something wrong, no, that's okay. Just like since we are in a public out there, kind of like do the things because when the people talking about sex, okay, it's got a lower vibration. But when people talk about sexual intimacy, vibration is higher. And when they have a spiritual intimacy from within, that is even higher level. That's what this is all about. So don't feel sorry about it. Okay, yes. So let's do race subject. Okay. So we are going to do the race subject, I guess. Whoever wants to talk about the race subject, let's go talk about race subject. Okay. Ray. All right. Uh, Let me write it down here for tomorrow's subjects so I can have it. Uh, things that occur around S as GF. Uh, Faults, sensations, automatic writing, downloads. Okay. All right. Then we are going to talk about this. Okay. So that's what we are going to talk about. Yeah, the intimacy has a high vibration, Chrissy. Twin flames got a lot of different intimacy. Eye gaze, hugging. The eye gaze, that is when the two souls getting together. There is one intimacy though that you're striving for. That is the intimacy when your soul, their soul, breathe from the energy within the divine, within the universe. That kind of intimacy and energy. Once you taste it, once you feel that, I've done it. I'm not sure if the partner did it, but I've done it. That's how I know that breathing from within the soul, you guys have no idea what kind of level of intimacy that is. That is the energy that you kind of like put the whole universe from within you, but at the same time you feel free within the universe while you're with them. Let's not talk about vibrations that you feel and how the body is reacting and all that. I'm giving you something very high as a vibe on that. This is like you tapping into the source first breath within your soul. Yep, a high goes. Very powerful God force, yes. Very powerful. That right there. New words all your journey. But it's also give you a direction, so what waits you. If you continue to trust, surrender, and let go to God. He tells you, you do this, I will give you this. But how many people walking with God, with the universe within them? How many people they're walking with their soul? That's the difference between us and them, the people who are not awakened. That's the difference within the twin flames because they know things beyond the veil. They always know the things beyond the veil. Only thing was the ego was blindfolding them. So that's what this is. And that will be the end for today. Guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. And I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we are going to be talking about special things. And I will have some few clips for you. And I will share some few experiences of mine about it. And we're going to go from there. John, let's chit chat on the Facebook for a little bit. I was trying to catch you up. You were in my mind yesterday. I'm like, I need to catch up with him. So, all right, guys. Thank you. Let's share some love before we go. And all love to your twin flames. Exactly. Be love, guys.